BBC Hooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of our three-part series, The Paul McGann Files. In this episode, we talk about the minisode that Paul McGann did for the 50th anniversary. The 50th anniversary minisode included two things. One, in retelling all his companions, including all the Big Finish ones, making them canon. And two, it includes us understanding how the 8th Doctor turned into the War Doctor, to turn into the 9th Doctor. Doesn't explain about the Schalke Doctor, but we move on. We ignore that for now and move swiftly on. In this, we learn many things about Mr. McGann. First of all, that he's had his hair cut. So since the 90s, Paul McGann had very long hair as the Doctor, but the Doctor must have decided, I'll have a haircut now, and I'll change my costume due to the fact that I think I've got a better costume that suits his hair. That's probably how it went. I do think that the minisode Itchy, I do think the minisode was excellent. It worked extremely well. I've got to say that, I'm trying to think now, my favourite bit overall has got to be the fact that he listed every companion he's ever had, including the Big Finish ones, which some people say, oh, the canon's not real, and people have their own opinions of what's canon and what's not. But I think there's some hard and fast rules that are canon, right? That no one can argue that aren't canon. And I think him reading the list of all the companions he's ever had, including Charlotte Pollard, makes it canon that Big Finish has its 8th Doctor stuff is canon to the historical aspect of the character from the show. So when you see him on the TV show, his historical background includes his adventures on Big Finish, including the Chimes of Midnight. So what you have to take into consideration when looking at this is that you have to go, well, yes, it's a minisode. Yes, it's a really good minisode. And no, I don't disagree with that. I think that the overall feel to it made me go, I'm gutted. Because it never made it to the telly. Would have been a good BBC 3 teleclancer, right? I would have loved to see it on the telly. And it would have been brilliant. It's I think it's on YouTube now, on the Doctor Who official YouTube channel. I think it's on there instead of being on the iPlayer, because I don't think the iPlayer have put on minisodes. It is on the DVD, so that's fine. So if we really look at it, we know that it's extraordinary, because you have like your own mini adventure, and then you realise that at the end of it, he doesn't really want to be this War Doctor, but it does. And I quite like how it marries up really nicely and really well to the 50th anniversary we got, because the War Doctor was this mysterious character, and sadly, and I think it's going to happen again, not in such a tragic way, but sadly, we didn't get enough of the War Doctor before John Hurt sadly passed away. We got his Big Finish stuff, yes, that's great, but we didn't get much of his telly appearances. And that's why it's important that we get the Fugitive Doctor whilst we've got her. Because whilst the actors are still alive and still want to do it, we need to get Joe Martin to do as many TV appearances as the Fugitive Doctor as possible to explain and expand the backstory. because we missed out on that with the War Doctor. So I think overall, I think that the 50th anniversary sort of, it worked as a minisode. It worked. It would have worked as an episode if you extended it, and I think it just works overall, and that's what you want from this, because this is it. This is Paul McGann's second only TV appearance as the Doctor, so it needed to be interesting. It needed to be good, and I say TV, but I do mean like visually. But you have to represent who the Doctor is, and I think that Paul McGann in this instant represents it a lot more than he once did, because in the TV film, as we mentioned, it was all the like, I'm half human, half Time Lord, but this is like, ignore what he said previously, just go with where he's going, and he fits into New Who really nicely. So if he continued the 8th Doctor in 2005, but instead of rebooting it, reviving it in a way that you don't have to watch the TV film to know this version of the Doctor, then that would have still been brilliant, because you can clearly see from this that not only does he have the passion, but he also has the ability to do this in the first place, which, in my opinion, is a good thing. In my opinion, it's an excellent thing. In my opinion, it works. So I'm happy about this. You should be happy about this too. I think that it's a cracking minisode, and the minisodes of that time, so all the ones with Matt Smith in it, were really good as well. So I do think that the ones that include Matt Smith and the Nobles is brilliant. So it's joining onto a tradition that we've had over the last few years at this point, to showcase excellent, funny, hilarious bits of the universe, but in short spaces of time. So, there we have it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.